jokes. We live. We good.
We live. We good.
All right,
straight.
man.
We in here.
What episode is this? Episode 11. Mansplaining podcast, man. Tim's with me. E is here in spirit. E actually came down with COVID symptoms and COVID actually, and just continue to have him in his prayers. This has not been like his best 2 months.
No.
So just keep him in your prayers, man. Please, please, please. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Also add our Patreon. Please, please, please add our Patreon. And yeah, man. Tim, you doing all right?
Yeah, man. We here.
Yeah.
We still here.
Yeah, we still here. I don't know why.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's wild.
And like, yeah, man, we're winding down to the end of the year and it's crazy, bro. We started off in January and we've made it to November.
Yeah, we're doing like one pod a month, but we're gonna elevate next year.
Yeah, we elevate next year, definitely.
This was the starter kit, freshman year.
Yeah, this is freshman year.
Just walking through the hall, bumping into people, like looking for our classes. You know what I'm saying?
Stop making that sound, dude. You make it sound.
That's how you feel as a freshman.
But you made that sound for Sam too. All right, but yeah, man. Make sure we got a lot of content coming next year. But we're super thankful. We're coming off of Thanksgiving. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. We're coming off of Thanksgiving, so I hope that everybody is thankful.
Yeah.
I hope that everybody was blessed enough to be with their families, and ate some great food. We ate great food. Shout out to my roommate, your girlfriend, for making Thanksgiving dinner.
Amazing.
Good. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that, Haley.
That s'mores pie, baby.
That s'mores pie.
Where's my camera?
Even though y'all just like
demolished it.
Y'all demolished it, ate the top.
We ate the top.
Ate the top, left the bottom. It's all good though. But yeah, man. So yeah, bro. So appreciate that. And happy holidays, everyone.
Yeah.
We can go ahead and get into it. So I actually just showed Tim a series of videos about the topic that I'm about to talk about. And I do want to kind of follow the trend because it's going into what we're talking about here today. And today we're talking about what is masculinity. I feel like that's an overdue topic, especially going past the new year and especially like this year. This year within YouTube, the so-called manosphere, red pill, I feel like a lot of like surface hyper masculinity, alpha male, alpha beta male men have like kind of like taken over the atmosphere of YouTube.
Yeah. Those terms are well known now.
Yeah, those terms are well known now or whatever, and so we just wanted to kind of talk about what masculinity is in itself. But first we're gonna start with this. So over the week, Fresh and Fit podcast has been under a lot of fire again. Well, actually, it's just Fresh this time. And he was actually approached and kind of challenged by DJ Academics when talking about a young lady who was on his podcast that he was currently dating at the time of this release. And they were talking about how they met and things like that. And Academics was talking about some contradictions that they kind of had on their podcast. I kind of wanted to weigh in on how it was and how I feel about it as well. First of all, if you meet a young lady on seeking arrangements, I could think of like 30 different dating apps before we get to seeking, but I don't think that the relationship is real.
No.
I think you need to check yourself if you're meeting young ladies off of seeking or anything like that. Mm-hmm. And it is what it is, man. But did you have any thoughts towards it, Tim?
Anybody who logs in and applies for seeking, they're seeking what they're seeking, and to get on that website, I mean, it's sugar babies, sugar daddies.
Yep.
I mean, let's just be real. So it's like you're not really trying to find love. Yeah, you're not trying to find love on that site, bro.
You can't possibly. No. And that's what DJ Academics was saying, that with their podcast, they try to teach masculinity or try to teach finances and all that stuff in a bubble. But, they contradict themselves a lot. And, I think this podcast isn't going to be long enough to get through all their contradictions. But the biggest contradiction was you're dating a 23-year-old young lady who's coming from Philly, and she has no job. She has nothing I don't know what the fuck your qualifications are if you are, coming down and you don't have anything to do. What really got me upset was when they started getting to the conversation, he said was the first thing they did was they went on his yacht or a yacht that they own or rent or whatever the case may be. And I just had that conversation with a young lady where I get mad at dudes who talk about gold digging or they get into gold digging or women gold digging, but they lead with material items. And it's like, you can't get mad that you're attracting gold diggers or women that are, looking at your pockets when you're leading with your pockets and your materialistic goods and things like that. And who doesn't want to be on a yacht. 20 on a yacht. I'm 29. This girl is 23, which means she's either just out of college or still going to college or whatever the case may be. She's on that end. Think about yourself when you were going to college. You're looking at shiny shit.
Mm-hmm.
This is man or woman. So, the first thing you do is you get to Miami, you meet this guy or whatever the case may be, and he brings you on his yacht. Yeah. I think that's a problem. You can't
leading with materials.
Leading with materials, big dog. And then you can't get, so to me, that contradicts everything that you had going on your podcast and telling dudes. Now, I do agree that, that you need to kind of take a step back and kind of see what she's there for and things like that. But also, again, you got to talk what you preach. And if you are, again, leading with the materialistic items, in order to get a young lady and things like that, I think we had that conversation with DJ, like when we was at one of the hotels, was like, you know what I mean, bringing a chick to your house. And I was like, in the dating space, I always challenge dudes, why do y'all want to take them to the house first? Why do you want to take them to your place of peace, your place of where all your shit is at, your place of where you're still paying the rent or the house or whatever the case may be? I see that as an issue. You know what I mean? Like, I would much rather take her on a date outside.
Like first time.
First
date.
First date, second date. For me, first date, second date. Yeah. If it makes itself, if I feel comfortable around her, maybe. But again, this is my house. This is my apartment. This is my humble abode. This is something that I have worked my ass off to get. I'm not bringing you there first. I'm just not. That's just how I see it. Yeah. So... and so I just think that was weird. Did you have any thoughts on the video that I showed?
Yeah, brother. I mean, that was it's the fake guru. It's the that's what we're talking about here. It's like
absolutely
we're saying one thing, we're preaching one thing, and literally like doing another. And it's like that's mixing up. Young guys are really. I had guys in the gym, like a young kid. Yeah. Oh, bro, I made like 6 cold approaches today, or like yesterday, or like last week, and I'm like, cool. Like, what happened? He's like, oh, nothing, but, I'm just going to keep going. That's cool, and that's good. So, obviously, that these gurus do have a following. People are listening.
Yep.
But we can't just spew bullshit if we're not being real.
If we're not being honest and genuine.
And in these days and times, bro, like, anything can get fact-checked. Anybody can get dealt with. Anybody can get researched. Like, we're trying to find facts.
Even us. Yep.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So people are going to make videos just to doubt, put doubt into people's mind of what you're talking about.
Absolutely.
Just to deter them. And yeah, bro. So for the gurus, practice what you preach.
Yeah, man. Make sure you're practicing what you preach. Yeah. I also, and this is probably going to be my last point. You know what I mean? Like the one thing that got me kind of upset. It didn't get me upset, but it was kind of like, he was kind of trying to challenge DJ Academics on, and this is guys that are of a different status than me. So I'm going to be honest, they obviously have more money than me, more status, everything like that. I'm not going to argue there. But when you are up there in a status, there has to be something that clicks in your head that has to ask the question, is this girl here for me, or is she here for Fresh Clout. CEO? Yeah. Is she here for your podcast and persona? Personally, if I was him, I'm not going to have her sit next to me on my podcast challenging, you know what I mean? And this is and I think at that time when we read it, they had only been dating for a month. So a month is not enough time for me to put you on my platform. I worked my ass off to get. I've done the cloud. I've done what I needed to do to booster this. And I'm going to put you right here as my girl. And then let everybody and their grandmama grill me. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I thought that was embarrassing to her too, because it looked like they were talking to Just Fresh as if she wasn't even there.
That's exactly what was going on.
Yeah, so
exactly what was
I thought that was mad embarrassing that you're calling this, you're saying, yeah, I date this girl, and you have all these motherfuckers coming at you and her, and she's just like,
sheesh.
God damn, my nigga. And then like you kind of exposing yourself, because he was definitely fact checking you. So if you guys want to check it out, I think there's like a whole bunch of videos on it. Shout out to Spencer Cornelia. I think that's his last name, if I'm saying it right. And that's the video we looked at, man. It was a good video. It was good representation of what's going on. But it kind of ties into like, what is masculinity? You know what I mean? What is masculinity? Yeah. So I'm gonna ask the question, man. What do you believe masculinity is?
To me, masculinity is basically, it's just being a man, bro. Like doing what you have to do. Yeah. You know, basically on the day to day. Yeah. And doing probably what you deem right, even if it's not in front of everyone, bro. Like still going, still grinding, even when no one's watching, bro. Yeah, yeah. That's being a man. That's masculinity, bro. Yeah. That's what it is to me, bro. Just being a man, being a real man, being genuine. I feel like we should show our emotions in certain aspects.
Yeah,
but
of course.
That's what being a masculine man is to me, man.
Yeah, yeah. I think I also agree with you, and just add in, man. Masculinity is not loud. You know what I mean? For me, I think that like even when we talk about like these gurus and stuff like that, it's one thing to have a voice, but I also feel like they're over hyping being a man. And at some points I kind of get, because a lot of men, I feel like nowadays, have kind of lost their identity through the years. Women are now able to work. Women are now able to grab a bag. Women, you know, have their own, have now established themselves in the workforce, in the things that men used to find as an identity. You know what I mean?
Women are competing.
Well, it seems as a competition. I don't think women are actively competing, but they have created kind of like an in their head, like, she must think she's better than me type of shit. And she just like, no, I actually want to be a lawyer too. This is my dream, you know? So, but I also think that like, so for me, like I said, masculinity is not loud. It's responsibility, it's self-accountability. Like you said, it's ambition. I think that ties into a lot of, masculine features and things like that. The most masculine men that I've had in my life, they're not this, like, they don't have to tell me that they're men. Right. I see it in their actions, and I see it in how they pursue themselves. I see them how they work. They're working on their finances. They're working on their credit. It's not about having these big cars. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can have a nice car and not and be totally masculine. It's
like the gurus push the flashy, like you need money, you need your body, you need like a perfect physique.
I know dudes with dad bods that are more masculine than you ever believe. It's because at the end of the day they wake up and they do what they need to do for their lives and shit like that. Not everybody wants to be, let's be clear, like not everybody wants to be this 100,000 big ripped masculine dude, and a lot of that shit is overwhelming. It does. It sounds amazing, and like it's cool to see The Rock, but everybody's not going to be The Rock.
We can't all be The Rock.
But The Rock is not the only standard for masculinity. Yeah. He's a portion of it. You know, he's a nice guy, I believe. So you know what I mean. But you can be a dad bod type dude and still get shit done and shit like that. Yeah. You can still, you know, go to work your 40. Go home. Yeah.
It's funny because I'm driving around Orange County all day and I see guys in Lambos and McLarens and they by themselves. I see a little dude in a Prius. He's got cutest little chick with him. Yeah. Laughing and having a good time. So I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, you know man. And like you said, like that's kind of like the dynamic, bro, like that we all see. Is that, you know, it's cool to say that shit online all the time. And I know that's kind of like we're saying this online, but you can say all that stuff online. A lot of these young guys are going to try to put that shit into practice. Of
course.
And then they're going to realize that, damn, women actually don't want this.
Yeah, bro. They're working on more of their external, and really women, like, Mostly care about the internal. Having a good bod's cool. That's cool. You're in shape. Awesome. But like, what's inside, bro? Are you an asshole? Are you a dick?
Yeah.
Are you gonna go and cheat? Are you gonna fuck all the women? Like, what do you?
Are you mentally stable?
Exactly.
Are you emotionally stable? Are you vulnerable enough to have certain conversations and communicate?
Right.
Are you able to raise a family, to be real with you? Are you able to, like, if she does have your child, you know what I mean? Are you able to, correctly, and even parents struggle too, you know what I mean? But are you willing to take that route and that journey with her type of shit? And so, that's what women are mostly looking for. I see a lot of dudes even online, they're like, man, these women, all they want is money. And I've had interactions with women, and maybe this might be my own microcosm, but I've had interactions with women, and they've not one has really brought up money yet. You know what I mean? Like they brought up, hey man, I just want a dude that treats me correctly, like who respects me. Yeah, you know what I mean? And that's just how they see it. Like they don't really care, man. You can make 100,000, that's cute. But if you're gonna make 100,000 and you're gonna be beating her ass, then
100,000 don't mean shit.
Deuces, like, you know what I mean? Right. So, you know what I mean? If you're gonna be making, a lot of money and, you're gonna be putting more time into your tools and stuff like that instead of her, then, a lot of girls are saying deuces on that.
And I think one thing we don't account for is like age brackets.
Yes.
I think it's super hard for like young guys these days, bro, to like deal with like a 20-year-old dealing with a 20-year-old female these days. Yes, it's like fast paced.
Yes.
And everyone's feeding into everything.
Yes,
but we're learning online. So even the young women, they're, I got to get the bag, I get the money. Yes, like, fuck this. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's going hand in hand. But like once you get up there in age, especially after 25, 30, then and we're starting to think a little different.
That's so true because like 25 is when I hit the, nigga, I'm about to be 30 in 5 years.
Right.
I need to move something needs to change and things like that. And that's where I started moving differently as a male as well. Because like you said, like I'm looking at all these other dudes online and I'm realizing like, okay, these niggas not really helping me like get to where I need to mentally, emotionally, and things like that. Like they're just saying, hey man, you got to get to the bag. If you can buy one of these McLarens and shit like that. You know what I mean? Not and the little kid not even know that shit is rented. It's not even his or the houses and stuff. I mean, like what's the dude name that just got caught up in the Social Glove shit, the Austin Broom shit. Where you seeing like Social Glove, you seeing him drive around the Lambo, you see him in a $10 million house, but you don't know that motherfucker going into foreclosure. You don't know that his car's about to be taken away from him.
He's behind in payments.
He's behind in payments. He's not doing what he's doing, bill to bill, things like that, right? And to me, that speaks of masculinity. Not the fact that he got that Lambo. You could be driving a pickup truck and be more masculine than him.
Right.
It's about handling business, handling responsibilities, holding yourself accountable as a man. You can't blame everybody for your problems.
No.
You can't blame women for your, internal insecurities and things like that. You can't do that. You got to be able to go, you know what, man, I fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what? Even if both of you have done something wrong, babe, you know what? I fucked up. You know what I mean? This is what you did, but you know what? I'm going to hold myself accountable for what I did. It's not going to happen again, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's self-accountability, not trying to find blame on everyone that goes on.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, that's what masculinity is to me. Like, you know what I mean? What it is to be a man. And even like young men, dog, like I said, bro, when you're 20, I don't even think you're really thinking on like a masculine level. I think that you're trying to find what can get you vagina, pretty much.
Yeah.
Bro. You're young, your hormones are out of control.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe you are studying to get somewhere in life, but you're living for the moment. Bro, that is okay. That is fine. That it is what it is. Just don't catch no shit and don't get no girl pregnant that you don't want to get pregnant. You feel me? But at the end of the day, when it comes to like growing into, I honestly think you grow into your masculinity. There's things now that you told 20 Jeremiah, it would have went over his head. It would have went over my head. I can be honest there. Like it would have went straight over my head. 29, man, I've seen perspectives. I've lived a little. I've interacted with women, whether relationships, whether friendships, whether just observing how, certain women and certain men move in friendships and things like that, where 29-year-old Jeremiah, like,
oblivious.
He's a little bit more mature. So you're going to grow into that too, if you give yourself time. But if you keep looking at some of these fake gurus who have the quote unquote fake until you make it, I see fake it until you make it even as a different aspect. Like, a lot of these people are like, well, they lied and said that they were billionaires and they had these types of jobs and shit like that. That's not faking it till you make it, dog. That's just straight up lying.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? I see us as faking it until we make it. But dog, I'm not. Look, I'll be that guy. I'm not up there as far as where I can be, where I feel like I can be at in a certain, bracket as far as like men or money or wherever I need to be at.
Are we on the move though?
But are we on the move? Are we working? Are we getting there? Things like that.
Yeah.
That to me is fake it until you make it.
Right.
But these guys that are telling you, man, we did all this and we didn't do. No, bro, like they're lying to you. That's a straight lie.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
And not only that, and then like you said, they got all the shit rented. And then on top of that, bro, at the end of their video, it's like, buy my course.
Buy
my course on how to get all this fake shit.
Stop buying these dumbass courses. Thank you for bringing that up. Stop buying them stupid fucking courses, dog. There is no course on masculinity, bit dog. I promise you. I'll have any motherfucker come in here, sit here, and I'll look him dead in his fucking mouth and tell you there is no course on how to be yourself. You know what I mean? Like how to grow into maturity and things like that. That comes with experience, big dog. There's nothing another man can. We can sit here and talk about our experiences, but until you experience it yourself, big dog, you're not gonna really believe me, or you're not gonna necessarily internalize it. There's dudes out there that have had their cars slashed, big dog. Ain't never happened to me, big dog. So I can't relate. I can't even relate. You know what I mean? I've had dudes that, have had issues with certain women in unhealthy environments. I can't relate. I don't have a child. I cannot relate to that. So, you know what I mean? But I can understand. I can sit there and look at the perspective, but I don't. It's going to go over my head. You feel me? Until I go through it, and then I assessed it from there. So, especially young men, man, live life. Stop tuning into these fake gurus all the time, man. Them motherfuckers don't know what the hell they talking about. And most of them, they paying for pussy. They are. Whether it's time, energy, they're building their self around women.
Right. And most of them weren't anything back in the day. And now they got themselves to some sort of status. Now they want to teach everyone else how to be that. But it's like, what are you?
They struggle with it every single day when they go out into the real world. The one thing about like the Fresh and Fit podcast was, like, Fresh is just a capper, right? But at the end of the day, like even I was just saying, like, Myron's also just as worse, but it's worse when you the guy across from you is just outrageously a capper, man. Like, you just outrageous with your capping. Yeah. But also, man, you see they have proof, man. The women are coming out saying, look, man, you gotta fuck to get on my show. You gotta fuck me to get on my show. You see his shorts where he's comparing women to animals and taming animals and calling us masters and shit. What the fuck is that? You get what I'm saying? That's not masculinity, bro. And that's not how you're going to get a woman.
Yeah.
And especially in 2021, because these women have their own bag. They have their own shit. They don't have to deal with you. So you're going to either have to come correct or not come at all, big dog.
Facts.
And so, you know what I mean? Like, that's masculinity, big dog. Like, just in a nutshell. Like, you can just see it, bro. It peaks off of you. But it's also about just maturity, bro. It's just being mature.
I think, like, when I look at like old films, like old videos or old clips or whatever on YouTube, like men back in the day.
Yes.
I'm like, that's, I feel like those were men, bro. Like those old men, like your grandpa, granddad, those are men.
That's why I only look at those men because they're not tainted by social media. I was just having a conversation about men now venturing into social media so much. It's ridiculous. We've never done that. I'm a 92 baby. So I'm a 90s baby, born in 92. And I look at like the journey of men and even like the journey of media. And men have never really played into the games that social media has played Maybe until COVID, maybe COVID changed that because we all had to sit down or something like that. But young men, all that stuff, big dog, we got our experience outside, especially with females and things like that. We got our experiences outside. There wasn't no modern day woman. You know what I mean? There wasn't no tabs where you can open up and they're like, do men belong to women? No, big dog, nobody belongs to nobody. If you want to go out, with her, you're going to take her on a date. You're going to show her you're interested. And that's that. It's never been these arguments that I've seen having of just like men not wanting to do certain, well, now we're realizing our worth and stuff, but are you really realizing your worth?
Right. Are you actually realizing how worthless you are?
Yeah, or are you realizing how worthless you are, and are you realizing that, you know what I mean, that you just don't have the value that you thought you had. And now here's what was pitched. Oh man, there's a new man in town. There's high value men. Yeah. Big dog, there's no such thing as a high value man. If you have morals and standards, that's great. That's okay, cool, whatever. But there have always been different sectors of men and what they like and shit like that. The guys that I see these guys talking about, do they like young women? Yes. Do they have a lot of money? Yes. Big dog, they've always been there. But as far as like masculinity, their money and shit like that ain't had nothing to do with your masculinity. Right. I've never had to go to, and it's not a shot at these guys, I've never had to go to Kevin Samuels to figure out my masculinity. I had guys that taught me responsibility. Hey, you had chores because when you get older, this is stuff you're going to have to do when you have your own house. Right. You know what I mean? Hey, this is discipline. Stop sticking your dick in every fucking female because at the end of the day, you're going to make a baby with one that you're going to have to deal with for 18 years. I've had men tell me that. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Regular men, never ventured into social media. They not going to sit down with Instagram women. You know why? Because at the end of the day, they knew the woman that they wanted, the quality of woman that they wanted, and they never went for these women that are just trying to model and shit. The women already exist. We knew that. Like, you know what I mean? You didn't have to sit in a room with a whole bunch of women to figure out, oh man, well, they're exposing these women. No, they're not. If anything, they're just giving them clout. Yeah. And those same trolls are now on their OnlyFans. They're now their followers on their Instagram. Now they're trying to get them to fly them out to LA, Miami, and all that stuff. So yeah, you just help them out. Yeah. You know what I mean? By highlighting them. But you're not highlighting the working woman. You're not highlighting women that actually have some substance. You're not highlighting the hardworking women that go home for their men and cook, clean, do all that stuff. You're not highlighting them. You're just highlighting these women that we already knew existed. And 9 times out of 10, no, they're not going to get married. Right. They're not trying to get married. They're trying to finesse men for their paper. Yeah. We knew that. So, you know, that's just how I see it.
No, you're right, bro. And I think what plays a big factor in like life in general and just what we're talking about is like fathers staying in their son's life. Why do I have to go to Kevin Samuels when I got my dad who actually showed me what it actually takes to be a man? Yeah, exactly. You know, so like that's why not everyone has a good dad, but that's why we need to actually be good fathers and be good men so we can teach our sons so they don't have to go look at Kevin Samuels and be like, oh, that's what I have to do to be like a man? Like, no bro.
No, you don't, bro. No. My dad's a correctional officer, bro. I watched him go to war in the prisons, big dog.
That's a man.
And to me, and never complain about it. Devoted Christian guy who went, he made his paper. Even if he had issues on the back burner and stuff like that, he never brought that shit home to me. He allowed me to grow up in a great environment. And like I said, man, even if I want to extend it past my dad, my uncles, men, and one of them's two of them are HVAC workers. Yeah. One of them, literally, he is the only one that works the whole apartments, makes a whole bunch of money from it, has his credit good, all that stuff, has great line of cars.
Takes care of business.
Even if you want to talk on, shout out to DJ because his birthday just came up. But I want to also talk about his dad. Truck driver, bro. Doing what he needs to do with his family. Family man, raised 3 kids. They have a beautiful home together. He has a line of cars. He has a motorcycle. I did not need, K-Sam's. You know what I mean? And then if you do your background research on him, he ain't perfect. You know what I mean? He's not what I would consider masculine as far as handling his business.
And that's another thing. They never show where these people come from.
They don't even want to show y'all the build up to where they were as a man. They don't. You know what I mean? Same thing with Myron and Fresh. Where do you get your concepts from? Are you mad because a women dissed you all through your life and you built that stress up? And so now that you got some money, you're like, I'm going to show women what's what. I'm going to tame these women. And then you went to Miami women who, I'm going to be honest with you, like, the society in general don't really care about. We don't really care about the OnlyFans women. There were women out there back in my granddad's days that were doing the shit that they were doing on OnlyFans, getting $40 for some head.
Yeah.
Getting $50 for the top. You riding dick for $100. Do you think this concept just came up overnight? There were brothels.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So these women always exist, but they've always stayed in their niche and things like that. And that's the dangers of social media too, is that it breaks a barrier that was never meant to be connected. And now you're looking at every girl like, I wonder, do you do that stuff? And it's like, no, nigga, she work in the library. She doesn't do that.
Not all women are like,
not even like
out there like that.
Not even like most women are out there like that. You know what I mean? So, there's no problem with that. That you can have your own. I'm not mad at that. But what I'm saying is there needs to be back up that barrier of, we knew these women exist and they, all right, whatever. And then you go back to searching for the woman, the one, if that's what you want, invest in that woman, do what you need to do, big dog. That is that simple.
That's it.
It's that simple, big dog. Like, it's not no big thing. You know what I mean? So
it's not.
Yeah.
It's not at all, bro. And people look at them like there wasn't a story. Like, they don't have a story themselves to like get where they got to. It's like, let's just skip all that. And what I am now is what you should be.
What you should be. No.
Nigga, how did you even get here?
Yeah.
Like,
what did you do?
Who are you?
Who are you?
But like,
and why? And even if you I did this. Well, we just did a background check on you. You actually didn't do that.
Right.
So why are you lying to us?
Right.
Because it's fake. You don't lie about. There's so much things that like you don't have to lie about that stuff. Yeah. I don't see a problem with working at fast food and then you figured out YouTube and you did all whatever you did to get to where you are.
Tell us that. Yeah.
I think young men will actually inspire more from that because they realize that they actually have to go put in work in themselves well before they get to the women. That's also why I created Mansplaining, because there was so much work I needed to do with myself. I couldn't even blame on women. I couldn't blame it on women that I was broke. I can't blame that on women.
It's not their fault.
I can't blame it on women that my credit was bad.
Right.
I can't blame it on women that I have this certain viewpoint of women all because I dealt with one woman. I can't do that. You know what I mean? And so that, to me, that's an issue. That was an issue. I need to deal with myself first before all that. You know what I mean? So, and it's a journey. It's a journey, bro. So it's not just like one thing. It's a journey.
It's not. And that's being a man yourself, going through your own journey.
Yeah,
going through your own journey. You have to learn, you have to grow, you have to figure shit out.
Yeah.
Everyone has to figure shit out for themselves.
Yes.
Like, we can look at all the videos and like study all the books and
we can.
But if you're not putting your ass on the line, putting like what you know in your heart to work and to use, I mean, what are we doing, bro? Like you can buy the courses, my nigga, but like, shit, I went to school. I don't remember half the shit I learned in math for 12 years.
Yeah.
I don't remember half the shit. So it's like, but what did stick to me is the stuff that I actually cared about and wanted to know, and now I apply in life. We have to just find what we love, what we need to know, and stick to that, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's part of it being man, bro.
Hey, man, look, stop buying them goddamn courses. Them courses like $100, man.
Ridiculous.
Put that into a date or something. I don't know.
That's ridiculous.
You feel me? No, man, that's insane.
And a lot of the YouTube videos it's a setup. Like they'll tell you what you need to know and get you to the point where it's like, but what are we talking about? And they're like, well, to know what I'm talking about, here, buy this $100 course. It's like, nigga, what?
Yeah, bro. And it's really something that I would rather the algorithm go up on something that I could teach young men and stuff like that. Like, there is no code to being a man, bro. Like, to me personally, it's just something that's within you. There's no code, bro. Identify your confidence. You see that girl that you like, man, just go up to her and say, hey, man, I like you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You want to work for that job, go bust your ass for that job.
Right.
That's as far as it goes. If you want to go to college for something meaningful. Don't go there for no fucking art history thinking that you're going to earn $100,000 from that. You know what I mean? And again, stop swirling that around like the dating aspect and the women aspect, because like I said, before we even get to women, we got to work on ourselves. Women are always going to be in our lives. And you should want that, because like those interactions, even myself, even if I felt like it was a bad relationship, I learned a lot about myself and I learned a lot about women in general.
Certain types, yeah.
And things that I did not want and things that I did want. You know what I mean? So it's things like that you have to like go through. Like you said, bro, ain't no course gonna do that for you. I'm sorry. Because you're gonna try to apply that bullshit to some random chick that you met on the street, and she's gonna be like, ew, weirdo.
Gross.
And now you're even more spiteful and stuff like that. You know what else they do with those fucking courses and shit, which makes it not applicable, is they go, oh, you're not trying hard enough. Oh, you're not putting in the work like we put in the work. No, nigga, that shit is trash. It's cap. It's not applicable in the real world. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can meet some decent women and shit like that. And, you know, honestly, bro, like, to be honest with you, dog, hey, man, there's some women out here, bro, you're not gonna fuck. You're not. You're never gonna get the pussy. It's okay.
Right.
Throw in the towel, big dog. Move the fuck on. You're not gonna get it.
Millions of women out here, guys. We can only really handle one at a time.
Yeah, bro.
So just think like that.
Yeah, man.
You can look all around and see, there's a shitload of them. Yeah, there's a lot.
Beautiful.
But really, what can you obtain? And like, you could probably only deal with one.
Probably only deal with one.
That's like a normal guy, normal man. Like, we can only really deal with one female. There's a lot of them out here, cool, but we can only deal with one at a time.
One at a time, man. It's exhausting, bro. It's exhausting. Women are exhausting, bro. So bro, they're exhausting.
They're sexy,
That's not saying, beautiful, but they're exhausting. It's exhausting if you're actually invested. If you like actually invested in this woman and stuff like that, man. But yeah, man. Look, man. Stop it. Stop it with these fake gurus. Just because they got celebrities on don't mean a damn thing. And to be honest with you, dog, like there's plenty of videos where women are literally telling you those celebrities don't get pussy. So it's a facade, nigga. Like, it's a fucking facade.
Mirrors.
You know, it's great for their success, but it's fake. It's fucking fake.
Yeah.
And y'all gonna really go out there and get yourselves hurt. Because you think that $100 course you spent on, $300 course,
it's gonna make you a man.
It's gonna make you a man. No, big dog, gotta look within, man. Gotta look within, man. Gotta look within.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. You wanted to talk about sensitivity, big dog.
Oh, like emotion? Yeah, bringing your emotions and sensitivity. Like, does that make you less masculine to show your emotions, or to show how you feel, or to tell women how you feel?
No,
what do you think?
No, but I will put an asterisk next to this, because I do think that there's a difference between vulnerability, or like, you know, being vulnerable with the woman that you want to be with, and then just being like a sad dope. Like, just being like
an Eeyore. Yeah,
just being an Eeyore. You get what I'm saying? And again, that goes back to dealing with your shit, dealing with what you're dealing with. But as well, like, no, bro, you find a great woman. You find a woman that is... I like to listen. I just put that on Twitter too. I love to listen to women speak. And the reason why I love to listen to women speak is because they're going to tell you about themselves through the conversation. So what I'm looking at is how much bullshit they reveal about a person.
Yeah.
Even if they're talking about somebody, I'm looking at how much research have they done on that person and things like that. And I apply it to myself. I do a lot of reflecting things. So if I know a woman, is going to talk about another woman who has cancer, and she brings up, that's why she got, you know, in a way, like in a negative route, like, that's why she got cancer or something like that. Then I'm going to go, Jesus, like, nigga, what?
Yeah.
I'm going to go, well, what would you say about me if I tell you some deep, dark secret or something that's sensitive to myself? So, and there are people out there like that, not just women, but there are people out there like that. So there's a certain vulnerability that you have with people and things like that. but I also think that you need to be comfortable with what you're telling people. You know what I mean? So like if you know for a fact that nigga, if you went out and you heard that blared over an intercom in your neighborhood and you want to go to the back of the shed and shoot your brains out, why would you tell somebody that?
Right.
Wait till you are ready to actually talk about that, to talk about it.
Yeah.
You can't be vulnerable with everybody. No, you cannot. I do agree with that.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the exact same, bro. I just feel like in certain aspects, yeah, you should be vulnerable. You should be able to open up. You should be able to talk to your woman. Personally, we're not saying every woman. You know what I'm saying? Of course. If it's your girl, your girlfriend, your wife, whatever, this is close and personal, of course, open up to her, bro. She wants that. Like, she wants to know how you feel, what you're feeling.
She needs to know.
She needs to know. And communication is big.
Yeah.
In my relationship, communication is very big.
Yeah, it's key.
If I wasn't, it major fucking key. If I wasn't like able to communicate in this relationship right now, man, I wouldn't have made it past the first hour. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like that, like for me, communication is like a big deal.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to communicate. You have to be able to be open.
And to be honest, man, some men don't understand that vulnerability is actually what's stopping the relationship from transpiring into something bigger. Right. You get what I'm saying? Because you're holding so much shit in, and she's trying to figure out, like, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga? Why is he acting like this?
Why is he a weirdo?
Why is he triggered by certain things? And you're holding it close to your hands because you think maybe she might tell somebody, maybe she might go and do something with that thing. Then I'm be honest, big dog, you shouldn't be dating her.
Right.
You shouldn't even be. I'll even go further and say you shouldn't even put your dick in that, because I do believe in soul ties and things like that. And sexuality does and ties into your emotions and things like that. So you shouldn't even be doing that with that woman if you can't sit down and go, look, man, I'm dealing with this.
Honest.
Yeah, bro. And this is your girl? Like you say, you giving her the title of your girlfriend, or if your wife, you want to see this woman for the rest of your life and you're just shelving that shit down? Big dog, then you shouldn't have married her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They say for better or for worse. That also goes for your mental as well. So that also goes for your vulnerability. Man, take the time out and talk to that girl about what you got going on and things like that. You can also set boundaries. Big dog, I do not want to hear this with your girlfriends. I don't want to hear this pop out of somewhere that it doesn't need to pop out of. And a lot of guys don't understand, like, the relationship just goes to a stop because you will not open up about past shit, what happened, how do you feel, and stuff like that. And I'll even go further and say, bro, it's okay to break down, bro, because it can be painful. It could be traumatic. Yeah. It could be very traumatic.
She also needs to know these things.
Yeah,
because like you said, you're just going to be like holding it in and fostering it in the whole time, bro, and until you basically explode. Yeah. You're going to explode on her?
Yeah, you're going to
explode. It's not her fault.
Yeah, it's not her fault.
That you kept it in?
Yeah, that you kept it in.
And she wanted to know, and these are things that she needs to know, bro, to keep the relationship strong and to keep it going. Yeah. Like, you have to, not everything, not the deepest, it's like there's some stuff that we as men and people in general, you don't have to say.
There's some things you're going to take to the grave.
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
And it's not to hurt anyone, or it's just, you don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to.
My nigga, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, everyone's not a therapist.
Yeah, not
So we don't need to hear, we don't need to hear about when you're 4 and, you got, it's cool.
Cool if you want to,
If you want to, but we all don't have to hear about that, bro. And you don't have to, don't feel pressure to, tell people things you don't want to say.
Yep.
So yeah.
But I think it's also like, you know what I mean? Especially like we're talking about partners, bro. It's something special when you can sit down and talk with your partner about your emotional shit. Yeah. Like, cause to me, like that's one of my keys of like marriage. If I can't sit down with my partner and they listen to traumatic or the things that are going on in my head, they can't try to get me help. Right. They can't try to reason with me and talk about and vent through those things, hold my hand and guide me through that stuff. Right. Bro, that ain't got shit to do with like masculinity or femininity or anything, bro. That's just fucking life. I believe that as humans, we're all connected, regardless of how I met you or anything like that. Yeah. Anything that anybody else does affects you down the road. You get what I'm saying? For example, I don't pay rent, right? If I don't pay rent, that's going to affect you and Haley. It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what you guys think. Maybe you guys can handle it, but it still affects you. More money comes out that doesn't need to come out. You guys resent me. down. You get what I'm saying? Whatever happens. If you want to go further than that, dude, it's a dude that's delivering mail. He's delivering mail to certain areas or whatever the case may be. He forgets my package. He now brings my package now to the postal office or something like that. Nigga, I gotta get up and I gotta go take my ass to the post office to go get my fucking mail now. Yeah. Now I'm pissed. I'm bringing all that energy in, and then it's a domino effect of whatever happens in different possibilities. Right. But that's how humans are connected. We're all connected to each other regardless of that. So if you, I bring that back to just say, like, if you are going to be, you have to learn to open up. We are not built to carry a lot of weight on ourselves. Mm-hmm. We have to, even if we don't intentionally want to, share that load with the people that are mostly close to us. Not like the mailman, but share the people that are close to us. Maybe you're close to the mailman.
You might be.
Might be. You might
be your daddy.
You might be your daddy. I don't know. But yeah, man, like, you know, share that stuff so that the weight can pull off, big dog. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's also the importance of, like, you know, making a village and, you know, your partners and stuff like that, which is probably another episode. But yeah, man, like, we're not built to build all that stress up. That's why dudes commit suicide, because they're have so much tension in themselves.
Right. Like, personally, in the last 2-3 years, bro, I've lost a lot. I've lost my grandparents, my mother. I've lost a lot. Yeah. So, like, me going into, and I just met my girlfriend this year. Yeah. So, like, me coming off of that, harboring all that. Yeah. You know, like, and for me to not tell her what was going on, she's like, what's wrong with this? Like, why are you crying every other week? I'm sad. You know what I'm saying? But if I didn't tell her, she doesn't know these things. Like, she's like, what's wrong with this guy? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it can really help the relationship.
Yeah, and then it also ricochets into other, and if you don't tell her, bro, it ricochets into other shit. Yeah. And you know what I mean? You go off on her like, man, you don't understand me. My dude, you didn't give her nothing to understand. Right. You know what I mean? Like, we can't read each other's minds. Right. We can probably see it maybe. But again, bro, you don't realize, like, how good it is to have, like, a woman there that can take some of that burden and kind of go, let me hold that for a little while.
Mental burden.
Yeah, go get some rest. Right. Let me hold that for you, big dog. Or let me hold your hand while you're going through this shit. Because, like, that's what it's all about. Yeah. Like, that's what it's about, bro. Being vulnerable, bro. It's not that hard. It's not that hard to figure out. But you know what I mean? We talked about it earlier, bro. That pride and ego, that's a motherfucker, boy. That motherfucker there, he do a lot. Yeah. he do a lot,
destructive.
Man. So you gotta, a lot of destructive shit. So you just gotta, fight it and fight with it sometimes, man, and open up, bro. Again, we said that last episode, man. The only thing that I ask of women is when men do get to that point, and some men do, they get to that point of, like, opening up, being vulnerable. Things like that, take the time out to, not weaponize yourself and just be there to listen. That's number one. Number two, man, make sure that you're not weaponizing it. It's so easy when you're mad, you're trying to reach for shit to fucking fire at this person, and you know what I mean? Now you've pulled his deepest, darkest secret, and you've now fired it back at him. That is so damaging to us. Is not constructive. No. And things like, even when I'm arguing, I like to stay on point. Yeah. I'm not arguing about shit that happened 2 years ago.
Facts.
It don't fucking matter. I'm arguing what the fuck we talking about right the fuck now.
Right now.
You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like, don't weaponize it. Weaponizing it meaning don't go to your friends with the bullshit just because you're mad at them. Don't go across town and shit like that and start blurting to. Even if you get out of a relationship with another dude, don't go and blab his deepest, darkest secret to that guy. Right. You know what I mean? Like, you are with that guy. You are in love with that guy. Bro, there's so many exes that have told me things. It's in here. It's in here. There's a key. I done threw that bitch in the water. Yeah. I would never. Because it's not important right now, number one. Number two, I don't know what my partner would do with that information. And you never know. That other person might come back up. And now for them to hear that you are out there blurting out their deepest, darkest secret, it's not healthy.
He'll never trust anyone else again.
He or she, man. He won't. He'll never trust anyone again. No. And some people, I'm going to be honest with you, man, it drives them to do things that they don't want to do to themselves and stuff like that, or even depression.
Yeah.
Because you're out there, they know you have that information, and ain't no telling who else you gonna tell. You feel me? So, yeah, man, that's all I asked about, like the sensitivity. That's a great topic. That's great. Yeah. Did you have anything else?
Man, I just for all the young guys, I think we just need to really just go within, go on your own journey, figure shit out for yourself. And that in turn will turn you into the man that you should be.
Yeah.
That you need to be.
Hey, man, listen, I know we want y'all to watch this, but also, man, you know what I mean? And here's the thing. I'm not above criticism. I promise I'm not. Big dog, I answer DMs, all that shit that come with talking about certain issues about masculinity and things like that.
Yeah.
I come with it. I'm not scared of any criticism of anybody. So when it comes to even listening to this, bro, do your homework, bro. Do your homework on the people that you're listening to. Mm-hmm. But go out in the real world and find men that make sense, big dog. I don't care if it's a warehouse worker. I don't care about that, bro, because he's real. Mm. You know what I mean? You can touch him, you can talk to him, you can, things like that. Stop going after these fake guys that shove women in your face, that shove materialisticness in your face. You don't even know if they really friends with each other. You know what I mean? Let alone whatever else they do. Stop going after them and then trying to go on social media and trying to preach to women, this is why men don't no, bro. Because guess what? Those same guys are not even following their own criteria. Mm-hmm. They're not even following their own substance.
Yeah.
And so that lets you know they're lying. They're not sincere about what they're doing. So you know what I mean?
Get some real world experience.
Get some great real world experience.
And if you have to literally go to a warehouse and talk to a warehouse worker that's been working there.
Big dog, there's UPS, Amazon, sit in the doorway, big dog.
You'll find an old nigga that would love to talk to you.
Yeah, you'll find I love them, actually. I love them. So, yeah, man, you'll find somebody, big dog. You'll find somebody.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro, man.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Another week in the books, man. Appreciate everyone for watching this episode. This is a long time coming.
Got one more of the year.
We got one more for the year, man. Sheesh. And then we're in the season 2. Man, I just love this journey, bro. I just love this journey. I'm growing myself.
Yeah.
I'm learning new things about myself out here in Cali. That's making me more into a man. And that's also helping me, cope with a lot of things that I went through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe that's for an episode as well. But yeah, man. Appreciate you, Tim.
Yeah, bro.
Appreciate you, man. And we're out of here, bro.